E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, it's Carice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.
Hi. Hey. What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com. Tune in now.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
All the stars are right here.
It's Coco Joe.
Hey, this is Spaghetti Blues.
What's up, it's Summer Walker.
Kendrick Lamar.
Hey, this is
Blazing the heat 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves, are enjoying what the day brings to you, what the week brings to you. So far, I won't lie, I've had a pretty good week. I can't really complain. At all. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody has what do you want to say? Something they want to get off their chest about it, but I'm just excited to be able to be here for the week, to be able to get things done and taken care of, you know. Let me see here. But oh, there we go. So just like y'all know, man, happy Thursday. Welcome back. I guess I'll start how I normally do every week by actually going ahead and talking about the week in the weekend. Sorry, my previous week and how it's been. Weekend review. I have actually had a pretty good week so far. I can't complain. There's been a lot getting done, a lot of roadblocks, but I've learned to hurdle over them, you know, because that's what they're there for you to get over or get through them. But it's been one of those weeks that I pretty much have just been, I've been moving around a lot. Like I haven't really been able to take the time and just kind of relax, which I'm not upset about, you know. again, I'm a busy man for the most part. I have a lot to be trying to get done, and sometimes I try to cram it all into one sitting, which in reality that kind of hurts me a lot with doing so. But this past week has taught me, like, man, when you got your hands full, you got your hands full. Every time I tried to sit down, it was like, get back up. You got something else to do. Hey, where you going? You got something else to do. So it was one of those weeks where, you know, it wasn't too bad, but it also was one where like I can't tell you too much because I was so busy running around. I couldn't really remember what happened. The biggest thing about it, though, my daughter, we threw her, my oldest daughter, Kalila, she turned 7 on the 2nd of this month. But we did her party on the 6th, which was this past Sunday. Now, the weekend was good for that part because she had a Hello Kitty themed birthday party, which we did at her grandmother's house. I won't lie, it was nice to have people come out and celebrate. She had some friends and family out there with her as well. I kind of just was supervising. I didn't really have to do a lot of hosting this time around. Can you believe it? The first time in years when it comes to one of the kids' birthday parties, I didn't have to host at all. All I had to do was kind of show up, be there, and be present. So I'm kind of happy on that one. I can't lie. Can't tell nobody else. I was telling Diamond, it's exciting that we actually got some help that time because literally her sisters, which shout out to my kids' nieces, or sorry, aunties. Their aunties are pretty dope when it comes to it. When Kalila's birthday came up, not only did we have to just sit there, they did all the decorations and put them together for us. They went ahead and they got the happy birthday part ready for us. Like, I was able to be a kid. Believe it or not, I was able to be a kid. I was able to sit there, chill, relax, not worry about nothing. I was able to be a complete kid and have fun and enjoy. Everybody else was saying, "You're not into the party. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing this. You're not doing that." No, unfortunately, this time I get to sit around and be the host. I don't got to do too much. But my baby enjoyed her birthday week. Around there, I think I told y'all this before. We don't do birthdays. We do birthday weeks. It started on Sunday, ended on a Sunday, but she got to go shopping. She got to go out to eat. She got to have her birthday party, do whatever she wanted to do. Hey, man, listen, we had this water slide. It's like a jumper with the water slide attached to it. And I took Junior down the water slide, but coming down on it, my elbow was the first thing to hit the ground. There wasn't no padding under that thing, so it was all cement. So my elbow's a little finicky right now. So when I've been going to the gym, I have to be careful. I have to not put too much onto it with that one. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Other than that, man, work is always work. You know, there's ups, there's downs, there's the good, the bad, but you just got to run with it. So I got nothing going on with there. Work has been a little busier this past week than normal, yes, but I'm not mad about that because that means, you know, we're doing what we need to do. We're taking care of business. We're taking care of things. But let me jump into it today, man. The segment, or what I want to talk about today, is really something I've talked about plenty of times. But fellas, I'm coming to talk to y'all directly today because, you know, I've had these conversations with some of my fellow women friends or female friends or people in general, just acquaintances. And it just sounds like ultimately we are kind of holding ourselves back from a couple of things. Like we are kind of deflecting or neglecting things that need to be tended to. And I'm here to give you the reassurance that it's okay to do so. It's okay to do that. But I do want to talk about pride and accountability. You know, I guess, of course, the silent weight men will carry. You know, some of y'all have this thought process of how accountability and pride works. And I just want to give you a little more insight about it. Kind of maybe you can see what I see. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. But all in all, I think it'll do some kind of justice. At least one person will hear what I got to say and take this advice from it. First and foremost, you know, what's good? How y'all doing? How's everything going? You are tuned in to Talking Cheap, and this is your weekly space for healing, for honesty, and for holding each other up. I'm your host, as you know, Just Kwani, and today we're diving into a real one, something most of us carry but barely talk about. Pride and, of course, accountability. We're going to talk about how these two forces shape our mental health as men, how pride can protect you but also isolate you, how accountability can be uncomfortable but also save your life. This shows for my brothers who smile in public but cry in private. For the ones who say I'm good when they really not. You know, we already know how that go. I've been there before too, but sometimes we got to be man up and just kind of open up about what's going on, you know? So let me ask you this. When's the last time you held yourself accountable and told somebody you were struggling? Just sit with it and let's get into it, okay? Let's talk about pride, because pride is tricky. It can be a shield and a wall. I know that's going to sound crazy to y'all because y'all like, shield, wall, what do you mean? I'm finna get into it. Pride tells you, don't ask for help, handle it yourself. Pride says, don't let them see you sweat. And in some ways, that's helped us survive, especially as black men. Pride was power in a world that tried to strip us of dignity. But the flip side, that that same pride can keep you from healing, from being honest, from getting help, right? Some of us would rather suffer silently than say, I'm hurting, right? Let me be real. I've seen pride destroy marriages and friendships and even put brothers in the ground because they were too proud to say, I need help. Let me explain what I mean by that, give you a little personal kind of look onto it. I have been working 2 jobs for a little over the better part of a year now, maybe closer to a year and a half. I've been working 2 jobs. I've always worked multiple jobs, but Diamond has been going into her 2nd year of being a stay-at-home wife. However, I'm saying that because my pride was, I have to be the man. I've got to pay the bills. I got to take care of everything. So I'll work 2 jobs. I'll slave away. I'll work 80, 90 hours a week. I'll have 1 day off a week and I'll spend that with the family. I will do all of that as long as the family's good. No problem. Okay. And to me, that's my pride. That's my pride telling me you got to be the one to do it. You got to take care of it. You know, nobody else. It's up to you. You the man in the house. You handle your responsibilities. But on the other flip side of that is what I realized is me working so much was taken away from my marriage, from my kids, from friendships and acquaintances, the things that I got going on. Because instead of me trying to have that regular social life or try to have some part of life, I was okay with just working all the time as long as the family was good. But you know who didn't like that? My family. I started hearing it from Diamond. I started hearing it from the kids. I started hearing it all around from my friends and acquaintances that at the end of the day, it's just like they feel like I don't have enough time for them. You know what I mean? Yes, it sucks because ultimately what I would want to do is like, well, you know, we good though. Roof over our head, clothes on y'all back, food on the table. I know y'all may not like it, but we good. My pride was working and doing it alone, not allowing any help to come from it. And then when I had those issues come about from Diamond and from the kids, it was more so of, well, we want more time with you. We want you to be around more. And Diamond went to the point where she's like, I want to go back to work. Did I get upset and did I get mad that she wanted to go back to work? Not at all. Did I feel some type of way? Possibly. But again, I think that was just my ego. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you the man, you pay the bills. I think that was just part of my ego. But what I had to realize is they are trying to create less stress and pressure for me. She's trying to make it so that I'm not tearing myself up or killing myself to make sure that we got away. We got everything good and going. She's trying to offer assistance and help because she sees that I'm struggling to make it to these 2 jobs every day because I'm always tired. You know what I mean? So part of my pride and my ego was to let that go and say, you know what? Okay, I understand. Maybe I should let you go into the workforce again, and maybe I should cut my days and hours down at the 2nd job. That way I'm at home more. I'm around the kids more. I'm around family more, friends, acquaintances, whatever the case may be. But my pride, for the most part, was why would you go back to work? I got it. I'm taking care of this. So why would you be working? And I had to let that go to realize that it wasn't about me at the end of the day. It was more so about us as a unit, as a family, and making sure we're more productive in that way, right? Honestly, I can't wait until the schedule is finally set to where I'm working only a couple days out the week at the other job, and I'm at home more around with the kids and family. Like, I can't wait for that to happen. But in order for me to accept that, I had to really put my pride aside and realize, oh, she's not trying to go back to work because she just want to work. She's trying to go back to work because she think I'm working too much. She think I'm doing too much. She think I need some help, you know? So I had to kind of step to the side and let that go and just understand that even though I didn't say it, everybody could see that I needed help. I needed a little bit of help. And here we are, right? We'll see how it plays out. You ever been so proud that you lied to yourself? Huh? Pride will make you pretend you're okay until you're not. And by the time you admit it, sometimes it's too late. It's a little too late. You ever had a bill that was really due, and then by the time you needed help with it, or by the time you could ask for help, the bill was already shut off, or it was already gone, it was already too late? Or let's say you needed some help with something. I don't know. Let's say your car was having issues and you needed help with that. But by the time you got ready to ask for help, now your whole car is just messed up, effed off, good to go, finito. Pride will definitely have you pretending like you can figure it all out on your own. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience, sometimes you can't, man. Figuring it out on your own is not going to always be the best possible solution. And that's what you have people around for. That's what you have a circle for, friends, family, a village. Because some of the things you are not meant to take on yourself, that's what they are there for, to help you take it on. Help you take it on. If you don't feel like that you have that around, or you're not surrounded like that with people, you need to surround yourself with a better group. Because I think right now, I've never seen this before, and I never thought about it until I paid attention to how my pride affects a lot of things. What I realized, though, is if I was to lose everything today, I may think that there's nobody around that will help me build it back up, but there are people that will slowly help me put the pieces together. There's at least one or two people. And just off the strength of knowing that, it makes it feel a little bit better to say, you know what, if I fell off, it's going to be tough, but I got somebody in my corner. Shit, I got somebody there to make sure it's all good. Somebody to kind of, feel the same way I do. And you got to kind of just understand that pride is, better late than never is a good thing to say that. But you also don't want to wait too late. Like, pride is and I'm only speaking from experience, y'all. My pride and my ego used to cut up so bad, man. I used to have myself in all kind of hot water, all because I didn't know how to really deal with those properly. You know what I mean? I didn't really know how to deal with my pride and my ego the proper way when it came to it. I always thought, supposed to be a man, stand tough. Pride and ego, can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And I thought that was what it was, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. That's why I like this next one. We wear pride like armor, but sometimes it's actually a cage, because we think that pride is like, yeah, I'm prideful. What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to me? You can't. I'm prideful. But we are also boxing ourselves into this cage where it's like nobody can help you because you so set on think you can do it yourself. Your pride won't let you have any assistance. And I don't think nobody has made it through this world without no kind of help. I'm going to just be honest. I hear everybody that's successful, they had some kind of help in some way, shape, or form. But I think us as men, we kind of let that pride keep us in that cage. And the funny thing about being in that cage with your pride, you got the key the whole goddamn time. You got the key. And it's up to you to unlock it. But you choose not to. And that's your goddamn pride. Pride is like, no, break through the gates. Don't use the key. That's cheating. That's what your pride tells you. Pride will tell you, you got the key to use it, but using the key is cheating. How about you use your strength? Break the bars. Break the walls. Get out of this cage like a man. But I'm here to tell you that getting out that cage, if you got the key, use the goddamn key. I'm telling you, it's the easier way. You may not like it because it's so easy to do. You may not like giving up that, or sorry, it's not easy to do, but because it's so much easier to fix and handle once you actually have that help. You may not like it, but I'm telling you, that's where you start. Stop letting your pride talk you out of situations that'll make you happier and better. Because if you had that key to get out of that cage and you can unlock the door, why the fuck are you still in that cage? You see what I mean? You choosing to be there. You choosing to stay there. You letting your pride keep you in situations that you could have been getting out of. You could have been got out of. Pride and ego are one hell of a thing, man. Then we'll talk about accountability, the healing mirror. That's what I like to call that. Now let's flip the coin. Let's talk about accountability. Accountability gets a bad rap. Like it means guilt or punishment, but what if I told you it's the exact opposite? Accountability means you care enough about your future to be real about your present. It's about saying, this is where I messed up. This is what I need to fix. And I'm not running from it. And that right there is healing. I say it so much all the time on this show and in life. People think accountability is such a heavy thing. It's like a weight on your shoulders, but it's a big sign of relief. Because you have accountability to say, you know what? I messed up here. I could have done it differently here. So next time I'll do it this way to make sure it works out, right? So much easier to do that than to say, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, what are you talking about? Well, why would you think I did something wrong? No, they did that. That wasn't me. I didn't do nothing wrong. When you cannot take part, because if you're involved in something and you have an issue of something going wrong or not going the way it is and you're involved, you have some accountability in that, regardless of the fact. Somebody can walk up to me right now and be like, man, your car parked right there. You blocked me in. Da, 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 da. I may not have known that I blocked them in. But you know what? I apologize for blocking you in. When I drove there, when I parked right there, it didn't look like anybody needed to get out. My bad. I didn't know that. Let me go move my car for you so you can get out, and I'll go find a different park that won't irritate you. Something so simple, you know. But accountability will definitely save you from a lot of embarrassment too. Like some of y'all don't know that. Some of y'all don't know that all of that. What is it? Deflecting is tiring, man. I tell you what, if you have a partner, friend, acquaintance, coworker, whatever it may be, if you have one that you have some kind of issue or problem with, there's something going on there's something on both ends, or y'all are constantly butting heads. I kid you not, if you one day you go in there and you just say, you know what, I feel like maybe I should learn to communicate with you better so that we can do our work better or get our work done at the right time and not have any issues. If you go in there and take accountability with them out of nowhere for something random, it's every point from then on, that day forward, they're going to be looking like, damn, how do I respond to that? How do I react? See, the thing is, y'all think because you've never taken accountability that the minute you do choose to take accountability, somebody's going to throw it in your face. But what's really going to happen is the minute you choose to truly be accountable for your actions, you're going to see how much of a relief it is, because nobody's going to throw it in your face and be like, oh, that's okay. No worries. We'll get through it next time. But your insecurities in your head are making you think that me being accountable means that I got to say that I'm wrong. That doesn't necessarily mean that. You being accountable is probably you understanding you had a part to play in a situation that could have worked out differently if you had made a different choice, right? That's what that means. And if you were wrong in a situation, accountability is just you understanding that you did something somebody didn't like or you did something wrong and you won't try to do it again. It's accountability. It's fine. It is what it is. But the more you try to avoid it and deflect on it to try to make it seem like it's nothing instead of something, that's when you keep having these problems come up, because everybody's going to look at you like, why would I listen to you? You keep trying to blame everybody else for your problems, but you make 100% of your own decisions. You know, I'm just saying. I am just saying. Accountability means you care enough about your future to be real about your present. It's about saying, this is where I messed up. This is what I need to fix, and I'm not running from it. And that right there is healing. You can't heal what you're pretending doesn't hurt. You can't grow if you're always blaming someone else, right? How can you grow when it's always the other person's fault? You'll never learn anything. You'll never learn anything. And again, that's just me speaking from experience. I used to be like that. It's their fault, they fault, they fault, they fault. What choice did I make? What part did I play? You know what I mean? Like, I had to learn those things in order for me to grow and become a better individual, a better human being. Y'all think that it's really a toxin to be accountable, and I'm just, again, it's such a great relief to be accountable when you know you mess up. Trust me, then you can go home and not have to worry about a guilt tripping you the whole night. You know, I'll give you that too. Here's, ooh, I like this one. Oh, we love holding others accountable, but can you hold yourself? Huh? Do you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hold yourself? You can hold everybody else accountable, but the minute it's time to hold yourself accountable, that's a problem. Or you want to avoid it, or you don't need to because you're perfect. Oh, okay. I didn't know your name was Jesus or God, but you know, you got it. Go for it. Can you admit when your ego hurts someone? Can you apologize to your kids, to your woman, to your brothers? Can you say, that was me, I got to do better? Because listen, that kind of honesty, that kind of self-awareness, that's a sign of strength, not weakness. It is. To be able to come up and say, you know what, I need to do better. That is strength. I would be proud to see a strong individual be able to say that. Y'all think it's going to hurt you to be up there and be accountable and apologize for your mistakes? If you think it's going to hurt you to apologize, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you. I do. I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you. I also want to sell you the Empire State Building, you know, with the Statue of Liberty, if you believe that it's going to hurt you to be accountable, you know, and I'm just speaking from experience. Let me ask y'all listening. Let me ask anybody listening right now, whether you tuned in, listening, whatever the case may be. I got a simple question. What's something you've been avoiding accountability for? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your goddamn attitude. Just think about it. Think about something that you've been avoiding accountability for, and then you don't have to say it out loud. You don't got to tell nobody. You don't got to do anything like that. But I would say don't run from it. Do not run from it. If you found something, one little thing from that you've been avoiding accountability for, I think you should just go ahead and deal with it, because regardless of it or not, your peace is waiting on the other side. You may not want to believe that or hear that or understand that, but your peace is waiting on the other side. So if you can be accountable from that one little thing, I say even start with the smallest thing possible and work your way up. But I kid you not, your peace is on the other side of that accountability you keep running from or postponing, whatever you want to call it. Watch how much more peace in the situation it brings you when you can be accountable for your part in it. Now, pride versus brotherhood. The craziest thing about pride, it'll have you thinking you're alone, right? When really there's a brother out there who's going through the same thing, and pride says, don't talk about it. But brotherhood says, let's work through it together, right? Team, a village. Find people that you can trust in and rely in. That's why we need spaces like this, right? Like our barbershops, or men's groups, therapy, safe circles, things to where you can feel safe enough to say something like that and not feel like you're going to be attacked for it. We need to get past the fake tough exterior and start telling the truth, because pride isolates, but accountability connects. Oh, I like that. I'm going to say it again. Pride isolates, but accountability connects, right? And if you don't understand that, reach out to me. I'll explain it to you. I'm telling you, your pride will have you thinking the whole world is against you. I swear. But that accountability, oh man, you'll have a village like no other behind you, 10 toes strong. I'm telling you, when people see you can acknowledge that you've done something wrong, they love it. They love it. It's great to have. When you try to avoid accountability, that's the issue you have. That's the problem. That's when it starts getting issues and problems popping up here and there. You can't do this life alone, and you weren't meant to. Okay, fellas? You just weren't meant to. This life, you were meant to be around and surround yourself with a loving family, loving people, friends, however you want to look at it. But you got more than one group of people to be around and be good with. I think that we are also set on the fact that as a man, we have to do it alone. That we run into so many issues that you looking at it like, oh man, I don't think that was the right move to make. Maybe I should have went about that a different way. Maybe I should have said this instead of that. Like, I don't know, man. When you're around a group of men that are working on themselves, I bet you can be it could be a group of 10 men. You're the 10th man. And those other 9 are working on themselves. I guarantee you those 9 men will force you to be accountable. If you hanging around them and you being around them all the time, y'all doing gym, basketball, hanging around, eating, drinking, bar, whatever the case may be, I don't give a damn. I guarantee you those other 9 men will force you to understand what accountability is, because they're not going to want you around them if you are not working on yourself and growing. They will simply see if you don't want to continue and grow, they will just stop dealing with you and stop being around you. Then you're looking around like, man, where my group go? Where my crew at? Where my posse at? They are grown. They have grown. They moved on past you because you steady want to deflect instead of being accountable. So, hey. Now, I want to hear from y'all, right? You know what I mean? I would love if y'all called in, but I know y'all don't really call a lot. But y'all can always comment, right? Send me a DM, whatever. But I would love to hear from y'all about this. Fellas, have you ever lost something or someone because of pride? Have you ever lost something or someone because of pride? Also, or did accountability ever lead to healing in your life? Call in or drop a message. This is a judgment-free zone. Judgment-free zone. I just want to know. I want to hear so we can talk about it, okay? It says, have you ever lost something or someone because of pride? I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm going to give you a personal story, right? Because what's better than to give y'all examples than better from my own personal life about what's going on, okay? So I actually, I don't know if y'all know this, but, I do. Well, you should know. On the side, I have a little business myself. I marry people. I do birthday parties. I host events. I host shows. You name it. I'm just like a jack of all trades, so to say. Jack of all trades. I had a friend that was trying to get me to show up to the Arts District and or a few venues on the Strip in downtown to get a hosting gig, right? A hosting job with some really good people. And my pride was, oh, I can do it all on my own. If I got to get in the door, I'm going to be the one unlocking it. If I got to get to the door, I'm going to be the one locating it. If I got to get through the door, I'm going to be the one building it. That's how I used to feel. This is a great lesson for y'all, right? I would have had probably a really good hosting opportunity for some shows. I may have even been a little bigger than where I'm at now, a lot bigger than what I'm doing now. All because I felt like that the friend that was trying to push me through the door and open it for me, I felt like, no, I need to do it myself. And guess what? I'm not down there doing no shows, am I? I'm not hosting no burlesque shows or nothing down there, am I? All because my pride made me think I had to do it by myself. That's exactly what happened. And all because of that, I lost out on an opportunity that probably would have changed my life. Who knows? I can't tell you what's going to happen. I don't know what would have happened, but yeah, am I upset that I didn't take that opportunity? 100%. 100%. Am I upset that it happened? Not at all, because I learned a lesson. I think it was meant for me to learn that valuable lesson in pride so that I can grow and become a better person, a better human. And I think I'm doing that, right? I think I'm doing that. Accountability ever lead to healing in your life? Listen, I was at a point in life where whenever something bad happened in my life, it was everybody else's fault. I don't care. It was everybody else's fault. And the upside to this story is that when I realized that I could not blame everybody else when I chose a certain action that led me there as well, man, I want to tell you, I'm getting a little chills right now talking about it. But when I figured that out, I was like, well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'm sitting here and I am making it seem like I am just how do you say this? I just couldn't be wrong. I couldn't be wrong. And it was all their fault because they did things to me. But the minute I woke up and realized there was always a choice I made that put me in a position to let them people do that to me, that was my fault because I allowed that. And I think that was like the first time I really understood accountability in a way. I really understood, like, wait, that's it? And it scared me because when I first did it, they was like, oh, it's all good. You good. Don't worry about it. Like, we'll do better. And I was like, wait, you're not going to yell at me? You're not going to triple me? None of that. That doesn't sound like pride. That sounds like ego and could be a trauma response. Could be. Hey, I'm not a therapist. I still go to therapy, though. Maybe they'll tell me that again one day. But again, it's just that accountability for me was more so of, man, it's easier for me to just accept that I had a part to play and that I need to work on it and be better for next time. It's so much easier for me to be able to say, hey, this is where it went wrong. This is where I can improve. This is where I can do better at, right? Instead of just trying to deflect it on and say, no, they did me wrong. Those people, they just did me wrong. That wasn't fair to anybody else but myself. I'm sorry, that wasn't fair to anybody else, but I had to put that on myself because I allowed all of that to happen. I allowed it all. So, yeah, don't get me wrong. When I realized how easy it is to take accountability, and again, it wasn't an overnight thing. Just because it happened at one time don't mean I went to work the next day and went out to the real world the next day and said, hey, I got it. I'm down. I got it down packed. That is not what that meant. What that mean was when that first time it happened, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I think I get the gist of this. And then I just do a little bit more. And I practice every day. I practice with the small things, the big things, the things I don't want to face, the things I don't want to deal with. But when you finally learn that accountability will actually put you in a position to be better in that situation, you'll be like, oh, ain't no point in bullshit. Let me just go ahead and just say, like, look, man, this is what happened. I did this. I need to get this done. I'll do this to be better next time. Simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Now, I just want to give y'all a few little a few little final words about this little topic here before I just kind of, because I'm just, you got to live and you learn. But I just got so many friends that are acquaintances, and I just want y'all to know, man, the help starts when you ask for it, when you actually put the effort in, okay? As we wrap up today's segment, I just want to leave you with this. You are not weak for being honest. You are not broken for needing help. You are not less of a man for admitting you were wrong. Sounds as though you may not have been able to depend on someone as a child, so you decided you have to do it on your own. You know what? and you are 100% right. That is exactly what it is. I did. As a child, I felt like every time I wanted to do something, I had to do it myself. Growing up, I had to do it alone. I had to do it myself. So now as an adult, growing up as an adult, I've always told myself, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it myself. I don't need any help. I can't do it. I got it. But I'm telling you, man, that was just pride and ego. Like, it don't have to, or ego, I should say, ego. It don't have to be that way. It didn't have to be that way. And yeah, I'm 33 now, and I know that, like that old saying, if I knew then what I know now, I'd be so much better off. Yes, you're right. But, unfortunately, I didn't know then what I know now. But that's the point of life, for you to learn everything and get through it. But yes, I definitely was one of those people where growing up, it's like I had to do it all on my own. So I never felt like I could depend on anyone. So, yeah, I just feel like that I have to do it all by myself. So now, but I have been learning that most things in life, whether we want to believe it or not, it's a team effort. The only thing that's not a team effort is dying. You're going to do that by yourself. No pun intended. I try to be a little funny there. But all fairness, everything in life is not a competition over who's in first place. Okay? That's why you have a lot of sports or a lot of activities that are a team exercises. You got football, basketball, baseball, you name it. Even when you talk about sports like NASCAR, a one-person thing, or boxing, they have teams that are helping them be in the position that they are in. Even though that one boxer is going out there to fight that match, he's got a whole team behind him. You know what I mean? Even though the NASCAR driver, he's got a whole team behind him. So regardless of doing it alone, you don't have to. You can choose to, and it's going to be so hard. It's going to be super hard. You can try as much as you can, but it's going to be difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be so difficult to try to do it all on your own that you don't have to. Get a good team behind you. Find people you can depend on and get out of that, those trauma responses where your childhood trauma got you ducking and dodging help. Get out of that. It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Pride might protect your image, but it won't protect your peace. So you may look good. You may look prideful. You may look cool. But I bet you your head and your heart is doing backflips and cartwheels into your body, boy. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And accountability, that's not the end of your story. That's the start of your healing, right? So this week, I challenge you to take one step. Just one simple step. Apologize to somebody. Keep a promise to yourself. Start the hard conversation you've been avoiding. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. You just need to be honest with yourself. I think some of y'all really think that whenever you're working on healing or being better, that you got to be perfect at it. But the part of that you don't understand what healing is, you gon' mess up. You gon' fall down and tumble around, and you may end up relapsing. It's okay. Just don't stay there. When you heal, you want to be in a better environment that you were in. And another thing is, stop trying to heal in the same environment that made you sick. You in a bad relationship and all y'all do is cheat on each other. Why are you trying to heal and y'all still together? I'm sorry, you need to go away. You need to be away from them. You trying to heal, and what was I going to say? You wanting to heal, but at the same time, you can only blame the other person. No. What you got to do is be honest and real with you and only hold yourself accountable for what you've done. You cannot control anybody else and what they choose to do. It's just not going to happen. No matter how many times you want to, or you try to, or the effort you put in to do it, you can't control what anybody else does or says. You can only control your own self and your own person, right? So work on yourself. Work on what you can. Stop letting everybody else's ideas and images interrupt your healing in your safe space. I'm telling y'all, sooner or later, you're going to get tired of that, and you're going to be like, F all of y'all. I'm good. Right now, you look at me, it ain't nothing nobody can tell me about anything I do because, hey, I've been through enough to know it ain't over. It ain't over. You can still fight. You still got life in you. You still got a day to go. You can't convince me in no way, shape, or form that I ain't doing what I want to do, and I ain't doing it the I'm not gonna say the way I want, but I'm saying the right way. You know what I mean? Everything about my path that I've taken, it's because I've learned that doing it the hard way causes me more problems and more trouble. I've learned that being prideful and being isolated and not letting anybody in to help leads me into more depression and more stress. I've learned that, unfortunately, taking accountability is probably the only way you can probably start healing in the right way to get things done and taken care of. Sometimes we are around these people and we keep thinking it's the people, but I kid you not, if you just take some time to yourself, heal the right way, take some accountability, you know what I mean, and learn that your pride and ego need to take a back seat sometimes, man, it'll be so much easier to communicate with people. Will that make it perfect? Will it be the best way to communicate? Will you have the perfect opportunity to communicate? Probably not, but I bet you it'll improve. I bet you'll get something to move forward to from that, other than sitting there in the same cycle. You know, it's like y'all sitting at a merry-go-round going in circles and wondering why you've seen the same pole 5 times. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere at all. I think mainly what I wanted to get from this is I wanted to just share some personal stuff. Is I wasn't the best at taking accountability, and I'm still not the best at it. I still learn. I still try my best to do better at being accountable. My pride and my ego will always give me problems and issues. I understand that, and I see that. That don't mean that I will not always try to do better with them and be better with them. My pride has probably caused me some issues in my relationship, and I'm okay to admit that, because I've done what I can to reverse that, or I can't say reverse it, but to fix it, do what I can to fix it. Sometimes my communication skills wasn't the best, and I thought they was, but that was just my pride and my ego thinking that whatever I say goes, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of people around that, you know, when I started that journey, I was like, oh, I'm good. I start, you know, trying to heal the right way, whatever the case may be. And then it was like, it came to a point where there was at one point where I felt like I had a big apology tour to go on. If you don't know what an apology tour is, it's pretty much, later on down the road, it could have been years, months, days, weeks, I realized, oh, damn, you took that the wrong way. Oh, damn, you went about that the wrong way. And I may have caused an issue, problem, argument, or even closed out a relationship with somebody because of it. So what I mean by an apology tour is I probably went to every person I felt like I've done wrong, or I think that we've had a miscommunication, misunderstanding, and I've had another conversation with them about it. This time I was able to leave my emotions out of it. This time I was able to kind of take my pride and put it to the side and say, hey, let me actually hear you for what you got to say, instead of trying to hear what I want to hear. I just wish we could all do a little better with that. Fellas, we have it hard as it is. Everybody has it hard in life, but fellas, we have it hard because we choose not to work on the things that we can make ourselves better from. Or hopefully I didn't say that right. We choose to not work on the issues that are stopping us from being happy, healthy, and for lack of a better word, just great. You know what I mean? I think personally, and again, I can't speak for all y'all, but I will speak for myself. The more we practice with that pride and ego, the easier it'll become for us to realize that sometimes we are holding ourselves back. You may not want to believe it or understand or agree to it, but I'm sure every man can tell you there's been a time in their life, or there is a time in their life going on right now, where their pride and ego has stopped them from getting somewhere that they want to be. Because I'm telling you right now, as a man, my pride and my ego has definitely blocked some blessings for me. You know, and I had to be accountable about that. I had to be accountable about that. You know, today I can't talk for some reason. It's like I keep messing up every other word. I don't know what it is. But all in all, man, like, I just want everything to get better. A little side note, nothing to do with that, but my children have been asking about God lately. They got a lot of questions that they want answered, and I have my versions of the stories, but y'all know I can be a little extreme. So we have been going to church the last few weeks so that they can get the answers they need from the church in the right format, in the right way, because I see that I won't be able to give them the knowledge about that in the way they need it, because my version and the version that's there is two completely different versions, right? And it's just, again, I'm just a little extreme with things, and I'll be honest about it. I won't lie. But hey, instead of me saying, you know what, I'm going to teach them the lessons and valuable things that I know based on how I know it, I said, I'm not fit to give you the knowledge you want because of how I would give you that information. So instead of me blocking him from it, I found the next best thing. Who was better than to tell them how all those answers to their questions than going to church? Because I'm sure the pastor and the deacons, they will be more than happy to answer those questions. You know what I mean? So that was just an example to say, instead of me letting my pride be involved in that and me saying, I'm going to just go read the Bible and I'm going to just tell them from there. I already know that even if I went to read the Bible, I'm going to put 20 on 10. So I'm going to do right by them and give them the right information they need so they have that. That way, when they get older, they ain't finna be like, man, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about, but that Cain and Abel story you told us, it wasn't nothing like that in the Bible. that Judas story you told us, it wasn't nothing like that in the Bible. I don't want my kids to come at me like I've been, feeding them wrong information. But all in all, I just give a small example. Instead of me letting my pride get involved with that, I say, you know what? And of course, even Diamond was shocked that I said we're gonna go to church because she was like, she thought I would have tried to give my side of the story. But again, I recognize when I'm not at that level to give you the knowledge you need. That's like somebody coming to me saying, hey man, I want to be an embalmer. How do I do that? Great question. Let me find out for you because I'm an arranger, not an embalmer. So let me get back to you. I can't tell you what to do in that situation because I haven't been there. I don't know it. I can't do that. So I wouldn't do that to my kids. Then that'll teach them growing up to just, hey, go with the flow. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. All in all, though, man, I really wish that, or I don't wish, I'm putting this into the universe that as a collective, as men, we will kind of take that step forward to just find a way to go about things a lot better. That pride and ego, it's toxic, it's a double-edged sword. And whether you want to believe it or not, I'm telling you, it's a double-edged sword, and I'm speaking from personal experience. But again, it's just me, just Kwani, I'm here. And this has been your men's mental health moment right here on Talk is Cheap, on the hottest radio station on the planet here at Hot 702.5 FM. Just take care of your mind, check in with your soul, and remember, healing starts when the hiding stops. Peace out, Kings. Stay blessed.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Are you throwing away money on your car insurance?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Try Insurify. We help you compare quotes and save half on your car insurance.
I like it when things are convenient and save me lots of money.
Go to Insurify.com and save up to $1,000 a year on your car insurance.